Hi everyone. How are you today? Hopefully all of you are great. Today we learn Chapter 4, Cost of Volume Profit, CVP, Analysis. There are 5 learning objectives in Chapter 4, but in Part 1, we only learn 3 objectives. 4.1 Definition and Importance of CVP Analysis. 4.2 Assumptions in CVP Analysis. 4.3 CVP Analysis Method. The other 2 learning objectives, we will learn in Part 2. What is definition of CVP analysis? Cost of volume profit analysis is the study of the effects of changes in costs and volume on a company's profits. It is a planning process that management uses to predict the future volume of activity, the costs incurred, the sales made, and the profit received. Examines the behavior of total revenues, total costs and operating income as changes occur in the output level, the selling price, the variable cost per unit or the fixed cost of a product. What is the importance of CVP analysis? CVP analysis is important in dash 1. Determine the level of sales at break-even point. 2. Determine the level of sales to achieve profit target. 3. Setting selling price of the product in order to achieve profit target, pricing policy. 4. Making decisions regarding fixed costs and marketing strategies. CVP analysis is important in making a forecast of the profit that could be achieved when there is a change in the CVP analysis element, such as changes in fixed cost, variable cost price and sales units. 4.2 Assumption in CVP analysis. In performing CVP analysis, there are several assumptions were made. 1. All units produced are sold. 2. Cost behavior can be classified accurately as either variable or fixed. 3. Costs and revenues are linear. 4. Sales price per unit is constant. 4.2 Assumption in CVP analysis. 5. Variable cost per unit is constant. 6. Total fixed costs are constant. 7. Changes in activity known as X are the only factors that affect costs. What is important terms in CVP analysis? 1. Definition of break-even point, BEP. Break-even point can be defined as the level of operations at which a business's revenues and total costs are exactly equal and business will experience a zero net profit or no profit and no loss situation. BEP can be represented in unit or in RM. What is important terms in CVP analysis? 2. Definition of contribution margin, CM. Contribution margin, CM, is the amount of revenue remaining after deducting variable costs. It is often stated both as a total amount and on a per unit basis. It is a measure of the ability of a company to cover variable costs with revenue. The amount left over, the contribution, covers fixed costs and the profit. The bigger contribution margin, the better it is. 4.3 CVP Analysis Method. 1. Mathematical Equation Method. 2. Contribution Margin Method. 3. Graph Method. At matriculation level, you will be introduced to the Mathematical Equation Method and Contribution Margin Method. To know the profit, we use mathematical equation. Profit equals total revenues, total cost. You will learn more about this topic in tutorial class. Contribution margin method we can divide by 2. The contribution margin concept is especially useful in business planning because it gives insight into the profit potential of a firm. Contribution margin, CM, equals total revenues minus total variable costs. Unit contribution margin equals the unit contribution margin is unit revenue minus unit variable costs. Contribution margin method. Contribution margin per unit equals selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. Break-even point, units, equals fixed cost divide contribution margin per unit. Based on the graphic, we can see the profit area and the loss area. The profit area will be above break-even point and the loss area below break-even point. That's all for this week. We will continue part 2 next week. Please complete your framework and answer the quiz. Thank you.